Welcome to News and Views with the Mayor. I'm Harvey Persons, Mayor, City of Douglasville. I want to welcome you to the program today. We have a lot of exciting things to talk about. A little bit later on in the program, we're going to be going over to our newly renovated Boys and Girls Club over at Hunter Park. Give you an opportunity to see that new complex, have an interview with Steve Horde. As a matter of fact, this is actually the 1-year anniversary of that new renovation. Going to get to meet Steve Horde, who has 31 years with the Boys and Girls Club here in Douglasville and Douglas County. We're really excited and looking forward to that interview and seeing what he has to tell us about what's going on with the Boys and Girls Club. Douglasville is on the move. We have a lot of exciting things going on. We're talking particularly this month and in the next few weeks to come about Douglasville and what we're doing to promote healthy lifestyle, not only within our city and our community, but also with our employees, because we feel that the healthier you are, the happier lifestyle you're able to live. And we certainly want to be able to do all that we can do to help facilitate that. Promoting a healthy lifestyle in the city, we have a health fair that is fast approaching. The date on that is yet to be announced. We have a new partner helping us get our employees more aware of their health status, make them more conscious, or to help make them more conscious of the lifestyles that they live and how it affects their health. That new partner is Kaiser Permanente. They are the new health care provider for the city of Douglasville, but part of their program is to help in that awareness of a healthy lifestyle. So got a lot going on this month and the weeks to come talking about that. We have a lot of different recreational venues that are available to aid in that healthy lifestyle. We have our Fowler Field, which is down off of Chapel Hill. That field is strictly devoted to soccer. And there's a walking track. It's lit. It's a beautiful facility. Backs up to and adjoins the Chapel Hill Golf Course. So it's an excellent facility to be used for soccer, parks, recreational activities, and walking. We also have our West Pines Golf Course. Beautiful facility. If you're a golfer, hadn't had the opportunity to play that challenging course, I would encourage you, come out, play a few rounds. We have carts available, but if you like, you can take and walk it. It's a very challenging course, beautiful topography, beautiful view, and right here in downtown Douglasville. We also have our Jesse Davis Park on the north side of town. Beautiful facility over there, swimming pool, beautiful indoor basketball court, a lot of planned activities. There's also a football field with a stadium. So a lot of opportunities over there for recreational activities. Hunter Park, our new Hunter Park. And when I say new, several of you probably go, new? What's new about Hunter Park? Hunter Park's been a park in the city of Douglasville for years. And you're exactly right. The location hasn't changed, but the park itself has changed. It is a new renovated park with over $9 million, or approximately $9 million of SPLOST monies that went into the renovation of that new facility. Several new baseball fields. In addition, beautiful tennis complex to be used by Alta teams, different tennis teams within the community, or if you just want to go over there and hit a few balls around. Certainly get that scheduled, get on the schedule to come over and play, and we challenge you to come out and see that new complex. As we head into the spring and the summer, we have many exciting facilities and events planned. Well, we have many exciting facilities, and we've got a lot of events planned to help increase the health awareness within our community, within our city, and with our employees. So Douglasville is on the move. I challenge you to get on board with us. Come and see a lot of the exciting events we have planned. Take advantage of the facilities that we have that we're using to increase the health awareness within our community. So as we get ready to move forward, come go with us, get on board, be challenged, and we look forward to seeing you soon. And in a little bit, we'll be moving to the Boys and Girls Club to interview Steve Horde and see what has been done with that new exciting complex. Thank you. Good morning. We have with us here at the local chamber event the Callie Boatwright, who is our chamber president. We have her at our coffee cart exchange, and we have with us also this morning Congressman Jack Kingston visiting with us. So we'd like to talk to you just a minute, get a few clips from you about what's going on in Washington. And I believe talking to you earlier, you told me you've been in Washington, what, 20 years now?
Yes, sir.
And you represent what district?
Southeast Georgia, Valdosta, Savannah, Brunswick, the southeast corner.
Okay, so you live down in Savannah then?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So you're familiar with the port and probably were involved in what went on here recently to get the money to expand the port?
You know, the port is one of the fastest growing ports in the country and has 300,000 jobs related to it. Most of those jobs are not in Savannah. Most of them are in the metro area of Atlanta, Douglas County, Douglasville, Douglas County, many people exporting through that port. And so it's like a military base. You might not be active duty, but economically it affects you. And so we all benefit from it. And chambers have the tendency to look at the big business picture in terms of the overview, and I don't mean big business, but I mean the big picture as affects all businesses, large and small.
Right.
And so it's very important to us in the coast that your chamber and your city council and everybody else understands and supports what we're trying to do with the port, because we've always said this is a statewide project. It's not a coastal Georgia project, and the fact that y'all would allow me to come here today shows that you understand that and support that concept. So I certainly thank you.
We do, and we appreciate that, and I'm glad you made that point, because I don't think that the average citizen truly understands the economic impact to our entire state. And being able to expand on that port, it'll affect many, I guess thousands of people, jobs, economic development, growth that we'll be experiencing here in the state of Georgia. So we appreciate your efforts in Washington to help do that, and all that you do to help lead our country. So, Congressman, we appreciate it. Callie, would you like to say anything?
I just appreciate so much. You're a big supporter of the chambers in your area. My friends down there, Myrna Ballard and others, have had some great things about you. And we're already supporting the port through the Regional Business Coalition and the Atlanta Regional Commission. And we want it to happen. So you have our undying support in that area.
Well, thanks, Callie.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And as I've said on many times, it's a collective effort by a lot of people working to help make communities what they are and to help make our great state of Georgia what it is. So, Congressman, we certainly appreciate you being here with us this morning. And any final words you'd like to say?
No, it's great to be here. I just appreciate the way you've welcomed me with open arms, and I hope to come back many times and have a good relationship with you.
Well, great. We look forward to it, and good luck when you get back to Washington.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, Callie. Appreciate you being with us, too. Welcome back to News and Views with the Mayor. I'm Harvey Persons here with Steve Horde, the Executive Director of the Boys Girls Club in Douglas County, Douglasville, where it's located right here in Hunter Park in the newly renovated building and newly renovated Hunter Park. And I understand that, Steve, you're very excited about this new complex.
I'm so excited, Mr.
First
Mayor.
of all, before we talk about the complex, give me a little bit of the history on you, how long you've been with the girls or the Boys Girls Club, and how long the Boys Girls Club has been here in Douglasville and Douglas County.
I'm going to my 31st year with the Boys and Girls Clubs of
Now, you don't even
Metro
look old
Atlanta.
enough to
well,
be here,
thank you very
31
much.
years.
I appreciate that. We like to fool ourselves into thinking that the kids keep us running and gunning, and it's a blessing. But yeah, we're going to our 31st year together, the Boys and Girls Club of Douglas County and myself, and it's been wonderful, starting with our facility back in the church at First United Methodist when we were first born, and then moved into our Timber Ridge facility for those many years. And then in 1998, the new club came to fruition through all the work of the community, and now this wonderful cap off to a great 5-year stretch of raising funds and building partnerships, relationships to get 6,000 extra square feet of space for our teens.
A couple of the things you said there was the community working together, partnerships, and that's some of what we want to talk about a little bit today, is the community involvement, the participation of the community as a whole,
Right.
and a lot of different people and different organizations coming together certainly to support your efforts, and you being the anchor to help facilitate and move all that around. So tell us a little bit about the new facility, if you will.
Well, it's 6,000 square feet of space, and for some reference point, I don't know how much room you can see of this space on camera right now, but this room is probably 2.5 times bigger than the whole teen space we had in the old club, just this one room.
It's grown quite a bit.
And it's grown quite a bit. Going from 600 square feet, give or take, total for your teens to 6,000 is considerable. But through those partnerships, we built this, in a time when you had no business building anything, as you very well know.
Right.
These last 3+ years of downturn and getting back up there now. But that's to the credit of our board and their relationships with the community, with us getting word out about what the club is about and why we need this, and our city, the city of Douglasville, that to underwrite, co-sponsor, if you will, the CDBG grant, the Community Development Block Grant, to make this possible. We didn't have $1 million in our pockets to do this, but we found a way, and here we are.
Where there's a will, there's a way, right?
That's absolutely.
And I think that speaks to the commitment that you've made to this community and the Boys and Girls Club, along with a lot of other people. But certainly got to give you the credit for being an anchor and being solid and keeping that vision and knowing what you wanted to help accomplish within the community. I think it's a tremendous effort that you've put forth, and we certainly appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate that. Just guided by, I get to be the face for a lot of things, and that's not the best place for me typically. I'd like to have a better face, really, to have out there in front to represent our club. But the energy and the enthusiasm and the passion for the clubs, I'd like to think that we get that out there. But our board of directors, this is a volunteer board in our community that raises several thousands of dollars for us to be here and to run our club, to build things that we do. And our board chair, Doris Isaacs now, our board chair, DeVita Walker, during a great part of this project. But we've got 25 outstanding board members that dig in, and this is, in more cases than not, it's their first job over their real job, if you will. That's their love, and we appreciate that.
Well, another thing you just mentioned with passion, commitment, drive, ambition to get a goal and something accomplished. People talk about the pretty face in the crowd, and certainly I don't have that either. Not saying that you don't, but I'd lot rather see somebody that has that passion and that love for and commitment for whatever it is they're doing. And I've been in Douglasville and Douglas County over 35 years. So I knew you when you first, I think we may have even played a little tennis.
A little bit of tennis.
In the years past.
You do remember.
I do. I was a little younger then. But you don't look like the years have been good to you. But you've maintained, and that was the thing that always struck me about you, is that passion and that commitment for what is going on here.
I look so forward to coming here every day, and it's a new energy. There's always, you're never bored.
Oh.
You're just never bored.
Well, tell me a little bit about how many kids that the center is serving now.
Well, we will target somewhere between 550 and 600 members for this year. And it's not about the membership so much, and we used to preach that heavily for many years. That was the grassroots tangent, that how many members, got to grow the membership.
Right.
It's not about growing those members. It's what is the impact you're going to have with those members? So we really want to talk in terms of impact. I don't want to get into cliches and strategies, but we like to think, and we have documentation and data to show that behind this belief, if we've got you in here 3 days out of the week, 60% of the days that we're open, that's a chance for real impact. If you're, as opposed to the child that just pops in for the summer or just for the break weeks or here and gone. But if we've got you, then we've got situations like Daniel Hall, who's on my staff right now, on my teen staff in this facility, working with our teen director. And Daniel's in his junior year at college over at Jacksonville State. Such is his commitment that he drives 3 days a week to be here at work from Jacksonville.
Great.
And he's still giving back. But he started as a 6-year-old when you're just old enough to be a club member. And I have doubts about that. I think he was 5, but I can't prove that at this point in time. But
May have fudged just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But to give those kids a reason to be here from the get-go, to get them matched up with purpose, that we talk about the senses, and in the case of the Boys and Girls Club, a sense of belonging first and foremost, a place where there's a sense of understanding, a place where there's a sense of influence, that you drive your own life at some point from 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and so on. We've got a chance, if you want to be here from the ages of 6 to 18, we've got a chance to make an impact with you. And academically, healthy lifestyles-wise, and certainly with character and leadership development with our young people.
Great. And that's something else we want to touch on just a little bit, the healthy lifestyle, because that's something that we're talking about in Douglasville, and Douglasville being on the move and increasing the awareness of being healthy and what it takes to do that. And nowhere better to start than with our young people, to get them educated as to a healthy lifestyle and the different activities that they can be involved in to be healthy.
Well, we talk about how things have changed since when you and I were on the tennis court together, and
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago, and of course we were crushing the ball at 100.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
just all winners.
Keep talking.
But but the idea of healthy lifestyle is just our schools do a great job, and we know we're riding this wave right now that testing. We're getting ready to go into CRCT testing for the state of Georgia, and that's always a fun and challenging week for all of our kids. Our schools do a great job, but we know that the arts and physical activity, physical education, have both taken a step back, as they probably should, in lieu of academics. It's a shame that we don't have those balances, and I hope but places like the Boys and Girls Club can certainly help out with finding those balances and getting our young people active, I think. Getting them eating right, getting them preparing foods right, understanding what they're putting inside them. We had our brand new art room here. It wasn't a physical visual arts room at all this summer. It was an amalgam of several different culinary arts programs.
Right.
What are the volunteers were bringing into us, and then that's what we had. But again, getting kids to think about what they're eating, how they're eating. And it's not just you can eat this, but are you going to work out and get active beyond that? What are you going to do that's aerobic? What do you do that's going to be stretching? Those types of things.
Well, you mentioned that balance, and we're sitting here, I believe, as this is the computer lab now.
This is the Learning Center. This is our
It's the
brand new
Learning
Learning
Center.
Center. But yes, this is where the computers are based at.
But it's that balance of lifestyle that we want to help educate the kids to.
Don't want you sedentary.
Exactly. But then also with this new complex, I understand you got a new weight room.
We've got a brand new fitness room that finding ways to use old space, and with new construction, we took what was old office space and knocked out a couple of walls and made into our brand new fitness room, and we're real excited about that.
And I think some of that partnering that we've talked about, as far as the community being involved, I think Gold's Gym
did
had a
step
role
up.
in some of
They
that.
very much did, and still play a part in that.
Great. Well, we mentioned that you've been with the center, I guess, 31 years. Center's roughly 31 years.
I've been here. I've been a part of this club and this community for 19 years now.
Okay. So I believe this really is right on the time of the 1-year anniversary of the new renovation, and I think we were here about this time last year.
Just about this time
when
last
had
year,
the
cutting the ribbon,
Yeah.
and several hundred people in here, and all kinds of festivities going on, and it seems like a blink ago that we were out on a very, very brisk winter day trying to break earth to get that first shovel into the dirt and do our groundbreaking. But from there to the ribbon cutting to a year anniversary, it's amazing.
Now all this happens while without money, right? It doesn't take money to make it happen or anything. Is that right?
Not exactly.
Oh, it takes money?
It takes a lot of money.
A lot of money. Well, how do you get some of that? Tell me a little bit. I think you've got some fundraisers coming up. Tell me about those.
We've got several fundraisers coming up throughout the year, and we welcome the community to be part and parcel of that as much as possible. We'll have, coming up in June, will be our annual golf event, and we'll be getting word out on that. Site to be determined. Chapel Hill has hosted that for the last couple of years quite successfully.
Not to interrupt you, but you do know we have a golf course.
A wonderful facility at
18
West
holes,
Pines, I believe.
not too far from here.
And it is. I know it's in the mix. We'll let the board get the best price, best timeline, and all those things figured out that's going to benefit the club. And if it comes to fruition, it's another great example of city and Boys and Girls Club and finding fits for each other. And
if you
and
need
where it
any
all
help
works.
with that presentation, call
I know
me.
to count on you and your
and
office.
I'll work it in. We'll see if we can't get a good presentation.
Not at all surprised at your generosity,
Great,
Mr. Mayor.
great.
Appreciate that.
And making work something out also.
Then we get to early fall and August, typically, when we have our spaghetti auction dinner at the First United Methodist Church, and 20 plus years now of that particular event, very much a tradition where everything stays in the community, and it's just a great night out for friends and family of the Boys and Girls Club. And then followed by later in the fall, we had our first annual, will be our second annual clay shoot this year at Foxhall, and they're a wonderful venue, and they enjoyed us out at their facility last year. We enjoyed very much being there, and we enjoyed very much appreciate being invited back out to Foxhall.
You mentioned Foxhall and out there at their shooting club. I don't know if you know or not, but that Sporting Clays club that they have with that shooting range is ranked number 5 in the country by Beretta.
That's
pretty
not a
nice
surprise.
club.
You walk onto that facility, the grounds, and you think you're at Wimbledon when you first drive up, and the landscaped, manicured lawns, the bocce courts, and that's just the beginning of it. It was quite an eye-opening experience, and we very much enjoyed our time out there last year.
Well, that's part of what we're wanting to do to help our listening and viewing audience know and realize more and more some of the facilities and the opportunities that we have, not only within Douglasville, but within Douglas County, within our whole community.
A lot out there.
Because we have a lot of venues, a lot of different opportunities. And like I said, that's part of the thing that we're talking about. Douglasville being on the move and all that we have to offer our great community here.
There's so many wonderful folks out there that we reach out to and that reach out to us so often. And you know, we marked a 3-year anniversary this year with our relationship with youth villages and AmeriCorps in particular, and just to be able to recognize that we all do great things, and through kids, with kids in our case, but reaching out and working with other projects with seniors, with kids and families that are less well-to-do even than our kids. But whatever you're here for, we want to give our young people a chance to grow up and to present them opportunities that they can strengthen their position in life and present themselves better chances for success, and through their academic standing, through their character and leadership development, through their healthier living. And these wonderful folks that are out there, we certainly appreciate all of our wonderful contacts in the community, all of our wonderful folks at City Hall, all of our faith-based drivers of the initiative in Douglas County, for all the different churches. We got to host that wonderful event here recently, and we appreciated that. And just working with our schools and the school system, and knowing that they're not on their own, we're not on our own, that what are we going to do to help our kids out?
Well, as we're getting ready to draw this interview to a close, and I really wish we had more time. I think between the two of us, we could spend probably hours talking about the activities that you have here at this center. But like you just summarized, I think it really is all about the kids and helping kids to develop so that they're productive citizens, contributing and giving back to the community.
It may be cliched, but I think it's a wonderful cliche that it does take a village. And from the get-go of residing here in a city park facility where we share the best of all possible resources with Bennett and Miko and his staff, and vice versa. it's nice to know that it's not bound by city or county politics when it comes to the Boys and Girls Club. We've gotten great support for all these 30 years now from both directions and all directions when it comes to these kids and what we're about. It's very much one line.
Well, that's what certainly I hope you've heard and our community's heard, that myself and the chairman, as well as our council and the Board of Commissioners, are working together now. And we're working together to do what we can to put Douglasville and Douglas County's best foot forward and present that not only to the state but the country and the world, because we feel that we have one of the premier places in America to live, work, play, and raise a family. And you talk about cliches, but some people say, well, that's a cliche. Call it what you want.
Right.
I believe in it.
I
believe in it.
Very much. This is a calling on both our parts. There's a lot easier things to do than being a mayor of a municipality. There's a lot easier things to do than run a Boys and Girls Club with 200 kids coming through the doors every day. But it's got to be a calling, and this community has called us, and I'm very, very proud, pleased, gratified. I don't know of enough superlatives to put in there, but I can't think of a better place to be and to watch kids and be a part of kids growing up than here in Douglas County.
Well, I'll say something, and I want to make sure I qualify it before I say it so that the audience doesn't maybe just catch part of it. But I've joked with you over the years about you need to have a little more passion. But I kid you about that, but I certainly love to see the passion, the commitment to the Boys Club, Girls Club in our community, because I think it comes through to the kids, comes through the community, and I think that's what is evidence of how this place came to be. Because the community as a whole, the people as a whole, are not going to get behind something that they don't feel that is being led right. And that certainly with our kids, working with our kids to help make them become more productive citizens. So as we get ready to close, I want to thank you for all that you do.
Thank you,
in
Mr.
helping us show Douglasville moving forward and Douglasville on the move. Not only with all the things that the city and the community have moving forward, but helping us to help the children understand the need for a healthy lifestyle. And that's what we're working to promote within our community, within our city, as we are continually on the move to evolve to become a more productive and healthier community. Steve, thank you. Glad to have you today.
Thank you,
and
Mr. Mayor.
look forward to you showing the crew around and showing them a little bit more about what's here with the complex in Hunter Park in downtown Douglasville. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you yourself, sir. Thanks so much.